Hi kids, today we're going to start something that I'm going to call Lessons from the Lamp. Now, do you have a lamp in your room? Maybe you've got one like this. Well, we're not going to talk about that sort of lamp. No, not that sort of lamp. And when my grandmother was a little girl, she had this as her lamp. And you could walk around the house with it. But we're not going to talk about that sort of lamp. What we're going to talk about is this sort of lamp. Now, when Jesus was on the earth, they didn't have lamps with electricity. They didn't even have lamps like this. When you read in the Bible and they talk about a lamp, this is what they meant. This is a lamp that I bought in Israel, and it's made out of clay, and it doesn't burn kerosene, and it doesn't run on electricity. It runs on olive oil. That's right, olive oil. That's what makes a lamp run in those days. We've got two of them here, and we're going to have our Bible verse, which is about two types of people and two types of lamp. Because our Bible verse says in Matthew 25, verse 1, it says, "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps, and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. And those that were foolish took their lamps, but took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps." So 5 were wise, 5 were foolish, and the difference was that the wise ones had oil in their lamps and the foolish ones didn't. So, you know what we're going to do now? We're going to put some oil in our lamp. And this is another one of those things that I do that you can't really do at home without mum and dad taking care of things and doing stuff for you. So we're going to put oil in our lamp. And we put the oil in the lamp, and you've got to use good quality olive oil. You can't use motor oil, or you can't use crummy oil or rubbish oil. You've got to use good oil. And there's our lamp with oil in it. You see, the oil runs up this little bit here. It's called a wick. Now, what happened to these 10 people was they needed to light their lamps. So let's see what happens when we light our lamp. Oh, they didn't have these to light their lamps with either. They would have used a bit of stick out of a fire or something like that. So we're going to light our lamp without any oil in it. There we go. It's burning. And you'd think, well, that's really good, isn't it? That's burning. But let's see what happens. After a little while, what happens to our lamp? Oh, you see what's happened? Our lamp's gone out. Because there's no oil in it, the lamp goes out. Now, I haven't done this before, so let's see what happens when we light our lamp. It's got the oil in it. Okay. We light our lamp. It's got the oil in it. Wow. It's not going out. And now, let's just turn the light off and see what happens. Okay, the light goes off, and look, there's light from our lamp. When you put the light back on now, So you can see there's our lamp and there's the oil in it that's giving light to everybody. Now, here's the important thing to learn today. This is the lesson from the lamp for today. What burns in the lamp? It's not the wick and it's not the lamp. It's the oil inside the lamp that burns. You see, Jesus said that we should be the light of the world and that we should let our light so shine that everybody can see the things we do. But it's not us that burns. We're like the lamp. It's not even the wick that burns. No, it's what's inside us that burns. You see, it's the Lord Jesus inside us that gives light to people. It's the Lord Jesus living in our hearts that gives us the power to say the right things and do the right things and be a light to the world. So, are you a light to the world, or is your light gone out? Maybe your light's gone out because there's no oil, because you don't have the Lord Jesus Christ inside. If there's no light, it's because there's no oil. And that is the lesson for today.